Good morning, everybody. Got my coffee. Can't live without my coffee. Excuse me. You know, I had a gentleman yesterday. I meet people all the time, and they think that just because I live in my car, that my soul is on for sale. He offered me $20 to come up into his hotel room so I could take a shower. Really? And, you know, there are some men out there that are gentlemen, and there are some men out there that are not gentlemen and do not behave as a gentleman. And when you can see through the veil, they're pretty easy to spot. And that goes for women too. I had a gentleman once come and talk to me, and I told him that one of the most important things to me was being a lady, a very accomplished lady. You know, back in the 1800s, you know, it was very important for a woman to be accomplished. And be able to do many things, you know, be a writer and play music or sing, but to carry yourself in a manner that is respectful and honorable of who you are as a person. I walk around with my head held high, with pride in myself and no fear, you know. If you have ever had a gun pointed up against your head and threatened not to move or to speak, and forced to do things that you don't want to do, there's really nothing else in the world that you could possibly fear. I would have to say that's probably the worst. But when you start learning that when things do not align with your soul purpose and with your goal and your dreams, and even being out here struggling that I do, I guess it's not much of a struggle when I know what I'm going to be getting out of it. I'm healing the world, and I'm sacrificing myself like my brother did. You know, my brother, he was a figure of hope and knowledge. People respected him. People to this day respect him. And he sacrificed his life on a cross to give people hope in a time that they needed hope. Oh, maybe it's maybe what I have to say and the knowledge that I have, somebody won't recognize it until after I die. Maybe my manifestation on March 3rd is going to kill me. That's a lot of it's a lot of energy. That's a lot of It's a lot of trauma and pain I'm going to be taking into my body of everybody around the world and on the planet itself. I'm not sure, I don't really think my father would have me do this if I was going to not be able to do it. It'll probably be over time that I pull these energies into myself. Of course, now that I think about it, it'll probably be I'll probably deal with only the Sagittarius people in the world on every month. And that'll probably be next year. I probably could set it up that way during my manifestation to make sure. Hey, that's a good idea. I love it when I get good ideas. Because I'm still needed. I still have a lot of knowledge in my mind that I need to share the world. But people have a voice. People have a voice. And when you start saying no, 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 and you draw a line in the sand and you say, no, that doesn't align with my soul purpose. I would never do that. Hey, you want to do a porno? No, I would never do that. You want to do a threesome? No, I would never do that. I had a girlfriend back when I lived in Medford. She tried to convince me to break into her house and steal her 2-carat diamond ring so she could turn it in for insurance money to get money, and I refused. I said, no, I would never do that. Then she tried to convince me to steal her Corvette. No, I would never do that. It really shows the integrity of that person, and I always knew she was a snake. She later used a boyfriend to get back at me after I stopped being friends with her. It's funny how people come after you for revenge. I once had a guy take me to court, the Smalls Claim Court, and try to sue me for all the money that he spent on me while we were dating. And because I had a 30-day rule, I'll date you for 30 days and show me who you are, show me what you've got, and show me that you're interested in me, that you're worth my time, because I'm valuable, and I know I'm valuable. And people think that that's being conceited or being vain or being, no, or narcissist. It's not being a narcissist. It's not being vain. It's not being conceited to know your value as a person. And not allowing anyone to have access to you. It just goes to show how ignorant people are. But, when I caused the triple tower moment in my life to open up my heart and kickstart and to become the Phoenix Rising, to become the 13th warrior. And using psychology, I split myself into two so I could be in the present and also be in the collective in every 12 signs. Because I knew that would be the only way that I'd be able to heal people on a larger scale. And I knew that I wanted to help people and I wanted to heal people and I wanted to be able to relate to people and be so embedded with a person's on who they are, you know, like an Aquarius has a specific personality, and an Aquarius Pisces has a certain personality, and a Taurus, and a Gemini, and a Virgo, and a Libra, and a Leo. And I knew by embodying these archetypes would help me to heal people a lot easier and be able to relate to them and know their mind and how their mind works more. And by using the 18, the cusp of every sign, going into the cusp of Libra for the rebirth, and the cusp for magic, and going into the cusp of all of them to become who I am today. You know, some people out there, they're using dark magic and they're using witchcraft and black magic for abundance and for gain to get ahead in life. But if one person used all that knowledge and all that power to do good on this world, instead of using it to get ahead, I've got to constantly make sure that my ego is constantly in check. Constantly. Never, ever try to do anything for any kind of personal gain whatsoever. Not even my words. I do not try to influence people. I do not try to get things from people. I know a woman that will literally walk up to people and go, "Give me your ring. Give me your ring." To try to get a piece of a person, attachment to attach. Because there's attachments in items. There's attachment in items. If you have a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a wedding, a wife, or a husband, and you're no longer together and you keep an item of that person, their energy is attached to that item. Things are different when people have passed. There's energy in rings. There's energy in objects. Some are good, some are bad. When you're fully aligned, you'll be able to know the difference between what's good and what's bad by the energy. I see a lady over here that's homeless, and she's walking up to people asking for help, so I'm going to do what I do and go see if there's something that I could do to help her. I want to tell everybody that I love them and love and light, and bye.